I was really surprised when we saw an entirely new kingdom in the Nintendo Direct. I mean, by looking at the amiibo box here, where practically the entire map is displayed along with all of the location names, this one is not one of them, because this is not the Lake Kingdom, as I'll explain later on in this video. This is a brand new tropical kingdom, and I'm going to be finding all of the secrets within it in this video, where I go over it in depth and analyze it. Stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? It's Siiroth here. I hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. Today, as I mentioned, we're going to be analyzing the Tropical Kingdom, so let's just jump right into it. Taking a look at the visuals of this actually looks really nice. The trees almost look like they're made out of clay, which is a very interesting stylistic choice. Now, while there may be multiple times in the day for Mario Odyssey, this seems to be taking place in the evening, or at least sunset, as we can tell in the distance here. Oh, and I might as well point out the elephant in the room, the poisonous liquid that surrounds the island. This island, one of many, according to the Nintendo Direct, as they mentioned that there will be many tropical islands in this kingdom, which, if you take a look at the positioning of the Lake Kingdom on the map, there is only one island here, whereas in this position, there are actually 4 different ones. So I believe that this is this tropical island kingdom, and the Lake Kingdom is something entirely different, which is exciting because we actually don't really know what is inside of the Lake Kingdom and the Mushroom Kingdom just yet. So those are two mysteries that are still unsolved. But back to this poisonous liquid, I believe that if Mario touches it, he will probably die, or at least be severely damaged, and that is a very threatening aspect of this world, because you're not going to be swimming in this liquid as you explore the tropical islands. You are going to be avoiding it in every possible way. As we move to the next scene, we actually see some very interesting new things. First, I'd like to point out the new enemy creatures that are in the background here. They look like wigglers, but they resemble inchworms more than that. They also have spikes on them and are rainbow colored, and they could shrink to a smaller size for a certain amount of time. Very interesting new enemies that are being introduced here. But as for what Mario is doing, there's a new type of platform where if Mario ground pounds on it, the middle of it will sink down, and the left and right hand sides of it will spring up. But if Mario does this, you won't be able to access what's in this precious question mark block. Maybe it'll be a life heart for Mario or something like that. Who knows? It's a complete guess. But there seems to be more of these throughout this kingdom. In the next scene, Mario is climbing up a pole, the goal of which is to probably climb onto this rotating platform up here, where there seems to be a moon. And speaking of moons, there seems to be a moon fragment on this tiny little platform in the background here. That is going to be a difficult jump if I've ever seen one. And because there's a moon fragment at the bottom, that makes me think that there's probably going to be 4 more close to it. It won't make too much sense if you spread out the moon fragments so much. Those are supposed to be the easy things to get within the game, because you have to get 5 of them in order to just get 1 moon. For reference, if you beat a boss in the game, you get 3. And at the bottom, in case you're interested, there's the inchworm enemy, as well as 2 coin rings and a platforming section. Moving on, holy crap, this is an entirely new concept of an enemy, and this looks absolutely amazing. This looks so unique. It's a small little dinosaur that Mario can capture and actually fly in the air with, as we'll see later on. I love the design. It actually looks really cool. And he's also seen running very fast. We got Sonic right here in the Mario Odyssey. Taking a look at the background here, we can see there's a ton of poisonous liquid, which you may be able to get over as this creature can fly, as we'll see later on. But the only real thing I could point out here is there's a giant structure on one of the other islands, so here you go. The next section is actually very interesting. We can tell here that Mario has to have a specific costume on to enter this area. Mario has also already grabbed this checkpoint flag, and there is a 2D section which a line of fuzzies is coming out of. I just love the 2D to 3D transitions that we've seen in the past, and this is a new version of that. Mario has captured the inchworm enemy and is crawling over the platforms here. It's clear that you don't actually have to capture that to get onto that platform. However, it seems to be much easier because those platforms that Mario would have to jump on otherwise in order to get to that moon back there would be a very difficult task. There's also a question mark block here, but we have absolutely no idea what could be in there. Probably a life heart, as I mentioned earlier. Oh, and in this 2D section, there's another moon that you can get, so make sure to go in there. Next, we have an aspect of the game that I talked about in my details that I found in the Direct. Not talking about the new kingdoms, but I just had to mention this anyways because it was so notable. A brand new minigame where you race against 4 Koopa Troopas instead of 5, which I mentioned in the last video because I was super excited about this. As I mentioned before, you were already confirmed to be able to race Koopa the Quick and Toast Arena, but we have never seen it on the scale like this where you actually race against 4 Koopa Troopas. It's really cool. We also know that you'll be able to post your time online so you can see if you are ranked #1 overall or wherever you're ranked. I'm probably going to be ranked like 5 million or something. But nevertheless, it should be fun, considering that the Koopa Troopers are actually moving very fast, so it should be a big challenge to the player. This will be a moon well deserved. Next, we actually get a better look at this inchworm enemy, circling around a toad that is reading with a safari hat on. Mario has captured it, so it's not the exact way that the face of this enemy will look, obviously. But because this circling around idea was included in a screenshot like this, I think you'll actually be able to circle around things like that in the actual gameplay. Even though the movements we've already seen of this enemy tend to be jagged. The last scene here shows you coming out of the crazy cap shop, which is a mushroom in this kingdom. There's also a checkpoint right by it for your convenience. You've captured this cute little dinosaur again, and now you're flying off of a cliff. We get a good overview of this specific island of the kingdom here. You see various little sections within it, such as a power-up down there, and those ground-pounding platforms, they're just everywhere here. Not to mention the poisonous liquid. But we can tell that this flight won't be forever. It's not even as good as the wing cap was in Mario 64. It seems as you're continually flying downwards. I like this balance though. It means that you can't just directly fly everywhere you want. There is a limit to it. You're probably going to need to capture this enemy to get to a different island, but I doubt that the distance between those islands at a specific point will be that far. There will be a certain point on each island that I believe will be easier for you to get across to the next one, which means that you're going to have to make it to the end, and say if you're in the middle of the island, you won't just be able to fly right over there, which I like. You're actually going to have to accomplish some challenges first. And while it's really exciting that we're getting a brand new kingdom, that's all the footage that we have for it. Around 18-19 seconds of total footage here, so it's just slightly more than the Snow Kingdom, which I also made an analysis for, that you can check out by clicking the link on the screen right now. I've also made other analyses videos about the Nintendo Direct, which you can check by clicking the links on screen, and subscribe so you do not miss the new videos about Super Mario Odyssey, which will be coming out very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.